Hi. So, ChatGPT has launched its newest model, ChatGPT 4.0, yesterday, and in this particular video, I will share all the latest updates that ChatGPT is talking about in this particular version and how they will impact us as business employees, us as project managers, us as quality managers, and us as Six Sigma professionals. So let's dive right in. The biggest changes that we can see in this particular model are actually two. One is related to the voice of this particular model. They have the voice capability which has the least latency. And the second thing is they have multimodal capability. What is a multimodal capability? Basically, it will be able to read your charts, your graphs very well. It will be able to recommend the inputs that it wants to share very well, which was slightly different or not so mature in the earlier phases. Instead of actually me talking about it, let me show you the clips of the actual keynote that happened yesterday, and we will discuss each of the new features.
But the big news today is that we are launching our new flagship model, and we are calling it GPT-4o. The special thing about GPT-4o is that it brings GPT-4 level intelligence to everyone, including our free users.
So this is actually a very big news because earlier, if you were on the free model, then you were only using ChatGPT 3.5. This particular new state-of-the-art model is actually allowing free users to use ChatGPT 4.0. And if you are a paid subscriber, then you would get to use it more.
A very important part of our mission is to be able to make our advanced AI tools available to everyone for free. And today, we're also bringing the desktop app to ChatGPT.
Now this is another big update where we will be able to use the desktop version for ChatGPT. Now why this is important is because there are some challenges when we use the browser version of it, and the desktop version will allow us with a lot of different easily accessible features that were not possible in the browser version. One more important point that I see over here is that the desktop version is currently only seem to be available in Mac. It is not shown in Windows, but I'm sure that they would not just keep it for Mac only. They have not specifically mentioned it, but they will be most likely rolling it out for both Windows as well as Mac.
Because we want you to be able to use it wherever you are. As you can see, it's easy, it's simple, it integrates very, very easily in your workflow. GPT-4o provides GPT-4 level intelligence, but it is much faster and it improves on its capabilities across text, vision, and audio. So we're very, very excited to bring GPT-4o to all of our free users out there. And for the paid users, they will continue to have up to 5 times the capacity limits of our free users.
Now I'm going to take a moment to look here at this particular screen and show you what the free members are going to get from ChatGPT. The free members are going to get all the facilities that used to be only available for paid members. And that includes the GPT store that has all the different GPTs, the vision capability that it can see and it can tell you what it is seeing, the browse function that it can surf the internet using that browse function, the memory function, as well as advanced data analytics. And advanced data analytics is what I have taught in my courses, where you would be able to create beautiful charts and graphs using this particular feature. Now, all of that is available for free. Imagine that. That is just outstanding. Advanced data analytics was earlier called code interpreter, and now it is called as advanced data analytics, and it is a part of the free version. That's exciting.
GPT-4o is not only available in ChatGPT, we're also bringing it to the API.
That means that our developers will also be able to use ChatGPT and its functionalities directly from the API and will be able to build their own tools. That is outstanding news again from how things would be created. We will have multiple apps, we'll have multiple programs built on ChatGPT using the APIs of GPT-4o. So now we are coming to the most exciting part of this entire presentation, where ChatGPT's live demo will be seen by us, where the presenters have shown the capability of ChatGPT. In my opinion, this is groundbreaking. Let's get going.
Hi, I'm Barrett. Hey, I'm Mark. So one of the key capabilities we're really excited to share with you today is real-time conversational speech. So I'm taking out a phone. If you are wondering about this wire, it's so we have consistent internet. And if you see, there's this little icon on the bottom right of the ChatGPT app, and this will open up GPT-4o's audio capability. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm Mark. How are you?
Oh, Mark, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
So one of the things that you will note in this live demo is that the feature of chat is designed now in such a way that is shown in the movie Her, where the hero actually talks to the chatbot that he has, which is voiced by Scarlett Johansson. So that is something that is outstanding. I'm sure that this particular feature will be used by many of us to have a real-time interaction with the chatbot as well as get the necessary information. And the second most important thing that I get to see over here is that the latency that was there to a large extent in the previous model is almost negligible over here. It all depends upon the internet connection that you have, but the latency has come down to as good as 0. So all of this that you're seeing is at 1x speed, and this is very much different from what we had previously, where Google came up with its Gemini bot, and all those videos seem to be proctored videos that we came to know later. They were not at 1x speed, they were actually polished, but over here they are showing a live demo where the chatbot is actually interacting as a real life person. So that is really outstanding.
Hey, so I'm on stage right now, I'm doing a live demo, and frankly, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow down a bit there. Mark, you're not a vacuum cleaner. Breathe in for a count of 4.
Now, this is something that is pretty outstanding. It is able to recognize that you're breathing and you're breathing too hard, and it is actually recommending that you should not be breathing too hard. Now, this is something that's very exciting to see what the AI is capable of doing. It is also further showing us that it is doing a pretty decent job of understanding the overall context of the entire conversation. Now, this is something that's great. One of the things that happened during this live demo was that due to internet issues, it was not performing that very well. However, it was able to give us a complete idea of how it would perform when the internet connection is pretty active. Internet is a lifeline for these artificial intelligence applications.
Okay, let me try again. So I'm gonna breathe in deeply, and then breathe out.
For 4, and then exhale slowly.
Okay, I'll try again. Breathing in and breathe out.
That's it. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better. Thank you so much. So if you've used our voice mode experience before, you'll notice a couple key differences. First, you can now interrupt the model. You don't have to wait for it to finish your turn before you can start speaking, and you can just butt in whenever you want. Second, the model is real-time responsiveness. So that means that you don't have this awkward 2 to 3 second lag before you wait for the model to give a response. And finally, the model picks up on emotion, right? When I was breathing super hard there, it could tell, and it knew, hey, you might want to calm down a little bit. You're kind of running a little bit too fast. So, it really has that capability across the board to perceive your emotion. Not only that, though, the model is able to generate voice in a variety of different emotive styles. And it really has a wide dynamic range. Hey, ChatGPT, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Pretty good.
What's up?
So my friend Barrett here, he's been having trouble sleeping lately. And I want you to tell him a bedtime story about robots and love.
Oh, a bedtime story about robots and love? I got you covered. Gather round, Barrett. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte was a curious robot, always exploring.
I started this story, but I want a little bit more emotion in your voice, a little bit more drama.
Got it. Let's add some drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte.
No, ChatGPT. I really want maximal emotion, like maximal expressiveness, much more than you were doing before.
Understood. Let's amplify the drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte
Actually, can
was...
you do this in a robotic voice now?
Initiating dramatic robotic voice. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte was a curious robot.
One of the things that you will definitely find is that now it's got a pretty good range of the different types of voices that it can generate, right from, the normal voice to, the more dramatic voice to a more robotic voice. It was pretty exciting to see that. What's more important is all of this can be used in various innovative ways. I'm already thinking of, ensuring that my daughter sleeps with a very good bedtime story in different voices generated by ChatGPT. Another important thing is that they have worked on the latency bit significantly. However, what I also see is they have added a lot of human emotions around. For example, earlier, if you used to share your voice note, it was blank for a few seconds, like 5 to 6 seconds, and then it would come up with its own response. But now it thinks, it uses and all the other aspects like a human would do, and then it would share its response. So I think they have started using fillers and made it more human, as you can see how we are seeing the live responses.
Can you end the story, but do it in a singing voice?
And so Byte found another robot friend, and they lived circuitly ever after.
Thank you so much.
I definitely feel a lot more relaxed.
But we also want to show you the vision capabilities, as the model can also see the whole world around us.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, as you can see, you can chat with ChatGPT in real time, but you can also interact with it with video as well. Hey, ChatGPT.
Hello there. How's it going?
It's going really well. Today, I'd really like your help solving a math problem.
I'm all ears. What math problem can I help you tackle today?
So I'm going to write down a linear equation on a sheet of paper, and I'll show you. And then I'd love your help working me through it. But importantly, don't tell me the solution, just help give me hints along the way.
Got it. Okay, I see it.
No, I didn't show you yet. Just give me help along the way. 1 second.
Whoops, I got too excited. I'm ready when you are.
So, ChatGPT, what equation did I write down there?
I see it now. You wrote down 3x plus 1 equals 4.
Yep,
Let's work-
exactly. So what's the first step I should take to try to solve this?
The first step is to get all the terms with x on one side and the constants on the other side. So what do you think we should do with that plus 1?
Okay, I'm going to try to subtract 1 from both sides, and then I'll see what I get.
Great idea. Perfect. Now, what do you get when you subtract 1 from both sides?
Okay, so ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
Spot on. Now you've isolated the term with x on one side, and it looks like 3x equal 3. What do you think we should do next to solve for x?
I'm not sure. Can you give me another hint?
Of course. You have 3x, and you want to find the value of x. Think about what operation would undo multiplication.
Is it subtraction?
Close, but think of the opposite of multiplication. Because 3x means 3 times x.
Okay, I think it's division. Let me try to divide both sides by 3, and let me see what I get.
Bingo! Go ahead and divide both sides by 3.
Okay, so ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
It looks perfect. You've solved it, and x equals 1. Nicely done. How do you feel about solving linear equations now?
This was a pretty simple equation and mathematical problem that was being solved. But what's more important over here is its vision capability. So what they are trying to show off over here is that ChatGPT is able to read on a real-time basis and is able to provide responses on a real-time basis. Now that is something that's exceptional. This wasn't the situation earlier. Earlier you would upload photos into ChatGPT, it would try to read, and then it would give a response. But right now what it is doing is it is actually reading on a real-time basis and providing its responses. So how would you be able to use it in your day-to-day lives as a project manager? In your projects, what you could actually do is you could actually write the brainstorming output, let's say on a whiteboard, and after writing the brainstorming output, let's say it is written in a jumbled up format or it is not written in a logical way and so on, you would actually take your phone and you would actually have the vision capability of ChatGPT to see the entire whiteboard where you have written all the root causes or all the solutions, and then you would ask ChatGPT to summarize it or put it in a text format or put it in a logically bifurcated manner. You could do any sort of these things with ChatGPT. Assume that you have written down the problem statement of a project and you have used your phone to show that problem statement to ChatGPT and ask for what could be the issues with this particular problem statement. It will go ahead and read it, it will go ahead and comprehend it, and it will ensure that it gives you the right kind of a response. Other than that, if you have process maps, if you have value stream maps that you have created, again, if you have created in the form of sticky notes that you have put up on the whiteboard, or you have them in the form of Visio and you have them on your screen, you can actually use this vision capability for ChatGPT to review it and give you the right kind of an output the way in which you want it to be. So there are endless possibilities of how you would use it in your projects, whether it is a Six Sigma project, whether it is a project management style of project, or even Kaizen events for that matter. And you would be able to get most out of this AI.
Yeah, honestly, I'm now pretty confident I can solve linear equations, but why would you ever need to use this in the real world? I'm really skeptical.
That's a fair question. Linear equations pop up in a lot of everyday situations, even if we don't realize it. For example, calculating expenses, planning travel, cooking, and even in business for profit and loss calculations. It's basically a way to solve problems where you need to find an unknown value. Plus,
Wow,
it's
okay. You know, I have a lot of unknown values in my life. I'm totally convinced I'm gonna learn math now.
I love that attitude. Math can definitely help solve some of life's mysteries. Whenever you're ready to dive into more math, I'm here for you. Anything else you'd like to tackle today?
So ChatGPT, I really love that you taught the value of math to my friend Mark. And I wrote one last thing I'd love if you could take a look at.
Of course. I'd love to see what you wrote. Show it to me whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this is what I wrote down. What do you see?
I see. I love ChatGPT. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate all the help.
Now that you know you can do linear equations, can you
Yes.
show us something more complex?
I think so. Okay, next let's try something coding related. So I'm gonna open the ChatGPT desktop app, like Mira was talking about before.
So now they will be using the desktop app, and I think the desktop app is quite revolutionary. Number one, it will be able to save all what you want to save on a clipboard, and ChatGPT will be able to read the clipboard and give you the required output that you need from it. That's number one. Or you can share your screen with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can see everything that's there on your screen and help you get the needed output that you're looking forward for. So this is quite good. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, and to give a bit of background on what's going on, so here we have a computer, and on the screen we have some code, and then the ChatGPT voice app is on the right. So ChatGPT will be able to hear me, but it can't see anything on the screen. So I'm going to highlight the code, Command C it, and then that will send it to ChatGPT. And then I'm going to talk about the code to ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT.
Hey there. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I was wondering if you could help me with a coding problem today.
Of course. I'd love to help you out. What's the coding problem you're dealing with?
Okay, I'm going to share with you some code. 1 second.
Sure thing. Take your time.
Okay, so I just shared some code with you. Could you give me a really brief one-sentence description of what's going on in the code?
This code fetches daily weather data for a specific location and time period, smooths the temperature data using a rolling average, annotates a significant weather event on the resulting plot, and then displays the plot with the average, minimum, and maximum temperatures over the year.
Awesome, thanks so much. And in the code, there's this function foo. Can you describe to me what the plot would look like if I had versus didn't have this function?
Sure. The function foo xy takes in a data frame x containing temperature data and a window size y for calculating the rolling mean. It smooths the average temperature, minimum temperature, and maximum temperature columns by applying a rolling mean over the specified window. With the foo function, the plot would show smoother temperature lines because the rolling mean reduces the noise or fluctuations in the data.
Awesome.
This makes
Thanks so much. So yeah, I definitely will want to apply this function. And so I'm going to generate the plot and then show it to you. Give me 1 second.
Absolutely. Take your time. I'm excited to see the plot when you're ready.
Yeah. So far, ChatGPT has only been able to see the code. And now I'm going to run it, and then I'll use the vision capabilities of the ChatGPT desktop app so it can actually see everything going on the screen as well.
So what's more important over here is with this particular code example that they have given, many of my friends who are in the coding industry, software industry would be glad to see the desktop function of ChatGPT is actually able to see the code. But from project management or Six Sigma projects perspective, again, this is a very good step. The reason being, earlier the demos that you had seen, you were able to use your phone and the vision capability of the phone, that using the camera of the phone. Over here, if you're using your desktop or a laptop and you have this ChatGPT app on your system, then you would be able to just feed it with the screenshot of the which gets saved in the clipboard, and it will be able to analyze what you're trying to feed it. That's number one. Number two, if you want to share your screen, then it will also be able to analyze using the shared screen. So all of these capabilities have come into ChatGPT, the newest version, with the ability of having the desktop app right on your system. That is just simply fantastic. Let's get going further.
Okay, ChatGPT. I'm sharing with you the plot now. I'm wondering if you can give me a really brief one-sentence overview of what you see.
The plot displays smoothed average, minimum, and maximum temperatures throughout 2018, with a notable annotation marking a big rainfall event in late September.
Fantastic. I have another question for you. Which months do you see the hottest temperatures, and roughly what temperatures do those correspond to?
The hottest temperatures occur around July and August. The maximum temperature during these months is roughly between 25 degrees and 30 degrees, 77 degrees Fahrenheit to 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
What's going on with the y-axis? Is this in Celsius or Fahrenheit?
The y-axis is in Celsius. The temperatures are labeled accordingly, such as average temperature, minimum temperature, and maximum temperature.
So as we can see, not only can ChatGPT help me solve very easy linear algebra equations that I need help with, it can also interact with code bases and see the outputs of plots and everything like this going on a computer.
The feature that you have seen is absolutely exciting. The two of my courses that I have released on Udemy that discusses how to use ChatGPT to create charts and graphs for your Six Sigma and project management projects actually teaches you how to create these charts and graphs. And then I actually teach you on how to read these charts and graphs, how to make use of ChatGPT to get right interpretations or inferences from these charts and graphs, and then recommendations for the business. What the desktop app of ChatGPT offers, in addition to what it was earlier offering, is the ability to ask questions in a verbal way. Earlier, you would type those questions and ChatGPT would respond. Now you can ask these questions and the response comes real time. So you basically are analyzing the information right in front of your eyes. You are asking questions as you're analyzing the information or analyzing the chart. And the ChatGPT is also analyzing this information along with you, giving you answers to your questions. This is something that is phenomenal. This is like having a real-time person telling us what that chart is all about. This is having an expert telling us everything about the charts and graphs that you are watching. It is actually going to revolutionize how the way we look at data, take business decisions, how confident are we about this data, and a lot of other things. So I just love this particular update. It is just awesome. Coming on to the next update now. This next update is also exceptional. GPT-4o is now capable of real-time translation. Imagine you have a team, you are on a call with multiple people, many of those people belong to one country and let's say they talk in their language and you always need a translator. Now you would have GPT-4 in place of a translator. Whatever you would talk, GPT-4 would listen to you and then GPT-4 would translate it for you to the team, and then the team would talk back and the GPT-4o would again translate that to you in your language and get it back to you. That's the real-time translation capability that it is offering. You will not have to be more reliant on having an interpreter. I used to face a major challenge. I had my local team who used to speak Marathi or Hindi, which is the local language, and if they would want to talk in English, then my global team was unable to chat with them on a one-on-one basis. We always needed somebody in between who would be an interpreter. Now I don't have to use any interpreter. Now I would be able to use ChatGPT and the interpretation would automatically happen. This is something that's exceptional. I'm looking forward to see this particular feature as well.
Mark, you want to try this one?
Sure.
with
Yeah,
me?
let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I speak
So-
Italian, so we can just do English
Let's
Italian.
try to do English Italian. Sure, let's do it. Hey, ChatGPT, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
I'm doing great. So I would like you to function as a translator. I have a friend here who only speaks Italian, and I only speak English. And every time you hear English, I want you to translate it to Italian. And if you hear Italian, I want you to translate it back to English. Is that good?
Perfetto.
Mark, io mi chiedo se le balene potessero parlare, cosa ci direbbero?
Mike, she wonders if whales could talk, what would they tell us?
They might ask, how do we solve linear equations?
Potrebbero chiederci come risolviamo le equazioni lineari.
Sicuramente sì.
Certainly, yes.
Great. Looks like it works.
The next feature that we'll be talking about is also an exceptional feature. It is able to track your emotions based on your facial expressions. Imagine that you are working in a global project again and you have your global team. It is so difficult to understand what the other person is thinking, especially when you're sharing some difficult news, or especially when you are making that person work where he doesn't want to work. There is always resistance to change, and this is something that's very common for project managers like us who are always dealing with change, right? So ChatGPT now has the ability to track the emotions of a person and let us know what that person is probably thinking. What is the emotional state of that person? Let's take a look at it.
Hey, ChatGPT.
Hey there. What's up? How can I brighten your day today?
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to show you a selfie of what I look like, and then I'd like you to try to see what emotions I'm feeling based on how I'm looking.
Sounds like a fun challenge. Go ahead and show me that selfie, and I'll put my emotional detective hat on.
Okay, so here's me. So what kind of emotions do you think I'm feeling?
It seems like I'm looking at a picture of a wooden surface.
Oh, you know what? That was the thing I sent you before. Don't worry, I'm not actually a table. Okay, so take another look.
That makes more sense. There we go. It looks like you're feeling pretty happy and cheerful, with a big smile and maybe even a touch of excitement. Whatever's going on, it seems like you're in a great mood. Care to share the source of those good vibes?
Yeah, no, the reason I'm in a really good mood is because we were doing a presentation showcasing how useful and amazing you are.
Oh, stop it. You're making me blush.
So now to summarize, I think that ChatGPT 4o is slightly better than GPT-4 when it comes to its functionality. I think addition of a desktop app is a significant movement that will help us in ensuring that our job is done much more better. I think the vision capabilities are much more better than what we had previously, and I think they have also eliminated the latency to a great extent. So all of these things are a big plus for us as project managers, and hence this particular update of ChatGPT is excellent. I'm loving it. I hope you like this video. Share your like. Please share your comments as to how you would like to use it as a project manager in your Six Sigma as well as project management projects. Also repost this video, share this video with your group, and let me know if you want such videos coming in the near future. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.